Hey everyone, Alex here with Sherpa Equipment Company. Today I wanted to introduce you to our new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. I guess I should say new to us, but we've never had a Jeep. We're pretty well known for our Toyota stuff. We've built a lot of Toyotas over the years, and recently we've built some full-size trucks, but we're really excited to dive into the Jeep market. So let me go over what we're gonna do to this truck. So as far as overall goals for this truck, the idea behind it is we're gonna build it out to be a capable off-roader, so that's why we went with the Rubicon. This has front and rear lockers from the factory. It also has the auto disconnect sway bar. So even without touching the suspension or axles and drivetrain, this truck's already going to be really capable as it is. We did pick this up used. It already has 37-inch tires. We are swapping these out for some Kenda tires and Nomad wheels, but we're stoked to have a platform that already has that front and rear locker in there. And then this truck is also already re-geared. We haven't dove in to figure out what gearing it has, but we believe it to be 488s. So that's a great platform for us to start on as far as off-road capability goes. With this truck, we also want to make it really versatile so that we can kit it out for whatever trips we're going on. Whether we're going to an event and we're loading it up with event supplies, or we're going out on a trip and we're going to load it up with camera gear, camping gear, and a few people for a few days out on the road. So those are our primary goals for the build, and then let me go over some of the things that we plan to add to it. So for starters, we're going to be putting our sunlight rack on this Jeep. This rack is pretty rad in that it's in two pieces, so that front section can be removed and you can remove the Freedom Top. But this is going to give you full coverage over your cab. And then we're also going to do one of our new bed rack systems on the back of this as well. These are unreleased right now, but we're doing some preliminary testing and we're hoping to have these released to the public here in the next couple months, and you're going to be able to check it out at Overland Expo. But roof rack, bed rack. The bed rack's going to be a very modular setup, so we can dial it in with whatever trip we're doing, whatever gear we're trying to bring along with us. And then we're also going to throw a rooftop tent from Free Spirit Recreation on there. This is one of their new tents, so we're really excited to show you guys that setup. It's going to be nice and sleek and sit below the height of our cab rack, so everything's going to be aerodynamic and not super intrusive as far as taking up a bunch of space on top of the Jeep. So up front, you can already tell that there is a bumper on this Jeep. We are planning to switch this out, but we're really happy that it came with a winch from a company that we really like. This is a Warn VR10S. This is an incredibly nice winch, and we're stoked that it came with it because we're just going to swap this out and put it on our new bumper. Our new bumper is going to be from Hefty Fabworks. We're really excited to get that in and thrown on here. And then you can also see there's a little bit of lighting already on this Jeep. This one also had a light bar going over the windshield and some ditch lights. We're going to be swapping all that out for Baja Design lights. We're going to be doing some big old lights on the front bumper, some SAE, DOT legal fog lights, some ditch lights, and then we're going to do a good slew of camp lighting. We'll do some rock lights in our roof rack system with our handle light brackets, and then we're also going to do something special on the bed rack to make sure that all your gear can be seen and organized easily in the middle of the night. And then some dust lights on the back just for some safety when we're bombing down dirt roads. So another piece that we really want to get to on this truck at some point, it might not happen right away, is addressing the suspension. So this is the stock Rubicon suspension. It is Fox shocks, but these already have 60,000 miles on it and they're already starting to get a little soft. And just for what we're doing, we might want a little bit more out of it. So we would love to do something in the future. So if anyone has any recommendations for a good suspension system that isn't over the top, it'd be really rad to do coilovers and long arm and all that stuff and make it super capable, but in the meantime, we might do more of a simple setup. So any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. We have a few ideas, but we'll see what happens. As far as inside the Jeep goes, we're not going to change too much. We're going to do some American Adventure Lab goodies just to let us organize our gear better. That way, if there's 3 people in here, it's easy for everyone to keep their stuff organized and not take up too much space. We're going to do some overhead storage up top. We're going to do a S-Pod system to control all our lighting. And then we're also going to do some MOLLE panels that are going to go on the back of the seats so that we can mount some more gear. And then we're going to do a dual ARB air compressor in the back behind the driver rear seat. And then the most exciting thing as far as inside the truck goes is we're going to do a full drawer system build out with American Adventure Lab. We're hoping to do a whole 12-volt power system in there. So battery, we're going to do some form of DC to DC charger so that it can charge off the truck battery when the truck's running. And then we might also do a solar input so we can run a solar panel if we want to. But that way we can keep our camera batteries charged up, laptops charged, and then we can run a fridge if we want to off of that system without it drawing off of our main battery in the vehicle. So that'll be something really exciting. We're also going to work some drawers into it so that we can organize our camera gear and just keep it really accessible when we're out on the trail and make sure that stuff stays safe and undamaged. So we're also doing some American Adventure Lab goods on the outside of the Jeep. We're doing their inner fender liners front and rear. These are going to be cool because we can do some color customization. I think we're going to do all black and then match there's a little bit of a vent built into them. We're going to match that to our brand color, our nice orange. So that'll be a pretty cool touch, and it'll also clean this whole thing up. It'll get rid of these plastic liners, give us a little bit more space for our tire, and then also just keep that engine bay nice and clean. We're also going to do the same thing on the rear. And then another cool product that they have is basically a high clearance cut on these fenders and then a new running light and blinker setup that's really neat. So we're excited to show you guys those as well. So as you can see, we have a good bit planned for this Jeep over the next few weeks. We do continue to plan to build this thing throughout our ownership, so I'm sure that's not going to be the final version of it, but we're really stoked to show you guys. We're going to have more episodes coming out. The next episode is going to be jamming on wheels, tires, roof rack, bed rack, the lighting, that new front bumper. We might get to the American Adventure Lab drawer system that I was mentioning a little bit later down the road, but it's going to be a fun little series showing you guys this, and then we're also going to be taking it out a good bit. So there's going to be a lot of content around this Jeep, and we're excited to get our feet wet in the Jeep world and hit some Jeep events along the way. So if you have any questions about the build, leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions about our products or any of the products that we are throwing on this, also leave those in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and check back for more.